bathroom. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do your own highlights and lowlights. Full disclaimer, I'm a real hairdresser, but I'm going to be showing you the cheapest, most efficient way to be able to do this yourself in your bathroom. So if any of my hairdresser friends are watching, which you shouldn't be, but if you are, none of this is really technical and none of this would abide if you were working in the salon. Okay, to get started, here's what you need. First thing you need some roots. These are mine. Then you're going to need some lightener or bleach. I'm using Pravana. Also gonna need some developer. Looks like this. It's got different volumes, 10, 20, 30, and 40. Might I suggest that you stick with 10 and 20 when you're doing this. You're gonna need a hair color brush. Now, if you don't have one of those, you can use a makeup brush. Whatever you can find will work. You do wanna wear gloves because we're working with bleach here. Rat tail comb if you have one. If not, just use any kind of comb. Foil, literally just tin foil. You want to cut it in a rectangle just like this. A bowl. Now you can use a kitchen bowl if needed. This is an actual hair color bowl, but you can just use like a cereal bowl. A towel, and to be wearing an old shirt. I'm also going to be adding low lights into my hair, and I'm going to be using a 6.22, which is a 6BB, which is blue violet. We are using powdered bleach. So the ratio usually for lightener is a 1:2 ratio. Meaning, if we use 1 ounce of powder lightener, we're gonna use 2 ounces of developer. Now, if we were at the salon, I would be using a scale to weigh this by ounces. If you're watching this, you probably don't have a scale, so here's the best way to do it. If you bought a tub of lightener, it comes with a scooper. If not, you need to find something from your kitchen so we can get an exact amount. So I'm gonna do 1 scoop of lightener, and then I'm gonna do 2 scoops of developer. Should look something like this. So my low light color looks something like this. Now if you have a kitchen whisk, that would work better than mixing it with this brush. Now I'm gonna drape this towel around, so just have like a kitchen towel, take corner to corner, throw it over your neck here. Just to take the center of your eyebrow, we're gonna make a mohawk sectioning. Center of the other eyebrow. Okay, so we've got a mohawk parting here to right behind the ear. And you can clip this back up. We're not going to be touching the back. That's way too dangerous for you to be doing by yourself. So just worry about the front. Okay, I'm gonna start on my sides and then I'm going to do the mohawk. And we're gonna take a subsection that is, I've got some hair glue in there, that is diagonal. Now, we're going to be leaving the hairline out. Take our rat tail comb and we're gonna kind of skim off the top. Okay, you should be able to read a newspaper through this. It should be pretty thin. You want this to be thin because you want it to look natural and not some huge chunky highlights. But if you wanted a chunkier look, you would take a thicker subsection, but might I suggest around the hairline at the very least, you stick to very thin pieces. Now we're ready to start putting the foil in. Here's where it gets a little tricky. You're gonna take your piece of foil. Now when working with the foil, you wanna be putting the hair on the matte side. Take your rat tail comb. If you don't have a rat tail comb, you can use a chopstick, doesn't matter. Take your rat tail comb or chopstick, whatever you've got, place it at the top, see? And then we're gonna fold this little lip down, just like so. Now we're gonna take our foil, put it as close to the scalp as we can. Now notice how the foil matches my subsection. Diagonal, diagonal. So I'm holding it at a diagonal. I'm taking the hair and I'm pulling it down with maximum tension. And then I'm releasing the comb. See? I'm gonna take my lightener and I'm going to put it midway, right here, just on the brown part. I do not want to overlap this golden part. So I take it horizontal and then I'm going to take the brush vertically and go like this. I don't want to go all the way to the top because the lightener, when it starts heating up from the heat from your scalp, it swells. So you don't have to get all the way to the top there. In fact, you don't want to because it will bleed out of the foil. Now I take my foil and I'm gonna fold it in half, corner to corner, and I'm tapping this. I'm not zip-locking it or running my fingers through it because that would make the lightener go up and create a crease there. Then you can fold this again Then you're taking your rat tail comb and just folding that corner to make a little box. See? Okay, so as you move up the head, the system goes like this. You still continue to take diagonal subsections, skim off the top, and I'm leaving some hair in between the foils because that's gonna create that natural look. So eventually at the top, you'll just have a little point here. Oops, and I forgot that I was doing low light. So I'm gonna put a low light in here. Except for with low lights, you bring it all the way down. And if your hair extends past the foil, you just curl it up and paint it on. Once you're done with side one, then we're gonna move on to side two, and the process is the same. So take down my section. I'm gonna take a diagonal forward subsection. That looks okay. I'm skimming off the top. Ooh, there you are. Thin enough to read a newspaper. That might be too thin, but that's okay. Taking our foil, taking our comb or chopstick, folding a lip down, maximum tension, diagonal, slip out the chopstick or comb, take the lightener, flip the brush vertically to brush the sides or top, excuse me. Remembering not to overlap blonde. Fold it in half. Again, creating a side, creating another side. Perfect. So now I've completed both the sides and I'm gonna start doing the mohawk area. Now for this, just easy basic, we're gonna be doing these just horizontally, and same thing with that. I'm gonna take a subsection, horizontal, so like this, clip this up out of the way. I'm gonna skim the top here, really thin piece, and grab it. I wanna leave this out. And you repeat the process. Now it's kind of hard to do because you can't see. So I'm gonna have to turn here so I can see out of the corner of my eye. Okay. And fold that. So I'm going to take another subsection horizontally. And that one's a little crooked, that's okay. I'm going to skim off the top, and then I'm going to leave this in between. And you repeat that till you get to the apex or the very top of your head. Okay, so now we let this process. Now it does get a little challenging when you're going to the apex, but you just do the best that you can. How you know when this is done is you check your first foil. Looking at the first one, we're gonna open it up. And that one's done. You can see here, the lightener that I used has a violet base, but you can see that it's pretty blonde. It's like a level 9, 10. Here's the second side, and you can see it's still got some brown, so that one's not quite done yet. In this little chunk right here, I'm gonna go ahead and balayage those, and balayage just means to freehand paint it on. So I'm just gonna take my lightener and I'm gonna pull out little pieces, and I'm just gonna paint it on like this. That way it'll look like I touched up that part, but that part's like pretty hard to put in foils. Just like that. And that's all you do for that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just take them out. Now we're done. And not bad, not as good as my hair duster would do it. It's kind of hard to do on yourself, but you can see I can pull it up. I'm not gonna have any of those horizontal lines. Pretty good. So you can see like some of the low light in here that matches my root, so when it grows out, it's not like that ding, 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 ding. And that's it. Thanks for joining me here on my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post new content every week, and on my Instagram, I have cooking videos, some funny videos, a bunch of videos that you probably don't care about. Okay, I'll see you next week.